Hey everyone, this is Gaming Solo, and today I have a treat for us. This is being recorded Wednesday evening, May the 14th. On May the 13th, Tuesday evening, 4.1.1 released, and to my pleasant surprise, it released with a ship that I did not think we would see until next Monday because that's the start of the disc run in the event. But the Starlancer TAC is out. So I've only seen this thing once, and it was last night. I logged in briefly. I didn't really have a lot of time. I logged in briefly just to run through the ship. So this is going to be my first look through, and we're going to do a walkthrough of the ship. I'll get an exterior view once we get in into the cockpit. I'm going to start from the back. There was a lift that I'm very curious of where it goes, but we'll explore that as we go. So the Starlancer TAC, I had a completely different idea for this video. I was going to do a walkthrough of the Starlancer Max because that was the loaner for the TAC, and they surprised us and gave us the TAC before Misc Day, which I think they did that with the Polaris. Well, no, the Polaris didn't release an Island of the. Never mind. Fleet Week was not when the Polaris happened. I forget I said that. This is a live recording, by the way, so I might say some goofy stuff. All right, so the inside of this thing looks pretty awesome. It looks a little different from the Max, maybe. It might just be my memory. I didn't fly the Max a lot. I tried to towards the end of 4.1 just so I could get used to it because I knew the TAC was coming. But this looks, I mean, it's the same size for sure. And then you can have your 96 cargo on the sides here, and a vehicle or two right here in the middle. I'm pretty excited about that. This is a drop ship that I can throw a vehicle in. This is my new daily driver. This is what I will be taking most times. So this is the lift that I saw upstairs, which is really cool. I'm not going to take that right now, but I didn't notice this was here last night when I walked through. So this is where that goes. That's good to know. Let's look at the med bay. That's the next room in the ship now. This is why this is going to be my daily driver. One of the reasons why. There's many reasons why. We'll talk about that as we go through. I'm going to close that behind me. The med bay looks awesome. Honestly, do we really care what it looks like? We have med beds. That's all we really care about, right? Med beds to spawn in. And the awesome thing is with Tier 0 implementation, you spawn here and you're right next to the exit of the ship. So, yes, yes, and yes. The next room is really cool. I poked around here for a minute. This is the drop room. I have not sat in the seat yet. Let's sit in the seat and see what happens. Let's go into... Oh gosh, when I go into fourth person, it doesn't really let me see. So the thing does come down around you. That's cool. Let's get up. I did pull the lever. Oh, this is so phenomenal. And in true dropship form, it doesn't go all the way down. So you literally, when you drop off troops, unless you pitch it a little bit without the landing gear down, they're not going to be able to jump back up. Or if you're on a moon with light gravity, you'll be able to jump up there. So I didn't even realize. I thought it went to the ground, but that's cool. So it goes there, drop zone. Yep, drop zone. And there is a gun right here. So if you're going in hot, this worked last night. What's going on? Grip. Let's open this one and see if I can deploy. Okay, deploy. There we go. Grip. Oh, yeah. So you can cover your troops as they jump. And that is ballistics. Yes. I'm going to hold Y to release it. I don't know how to put it back. Let's see. Retract. There we go. So it's not a quick button to retract. I'm assuming... Okay, so that was glitched. I did have it out last night. That's why. All right. I did go into here as well. So this is, let's close this behind us. These are the turrets. I am a little disappointed in their firing arc, and I'll show you why. So let's get in the turret. Fully animated. Look at this. Closes up behind you. I went in the other one yesterday, so we'll power this one on. You power it on at the top. Power on. Feels good. But you're only going to be able to shoot targets that are in front of you when they're coming out of the line of sight or they're a little more below you. So if you're cruising along and the target's coming across your pilot, you'll be able to shoot there. And then, of course, I think they're more pitched for the ground to help you clear a landing zone, since this is technically a drop ship, right? Oh, so nice. Okay, that's enough of that. Got a blast door and everything. All right. All right, continuing forward in the ship. This is very familiar. This is just like the Max had, this little section. This is the elevator that goes down to the ground and upstairs. I'm not going to take the elevator. I'm going to go up the stairs, but I'm going to show you guys the suit lockers. So if you only have a couple people, you can have multiple lockers for different scenarios, right? So cold, hot suits, combat suits, different things like that, stealth suits. If you're solo daily driving this thing, then you can have a suit for every occasion. Okay, we're going up the stairs. Let's see how bad the stairs are foobarred here. Are the stairs foobarred? Oh, all right. I'm not going to go to cockpit yet because I want to go there to get the outside view of the ship. So the cockpit will wait. You have weapon lockers. You have the bunks. You'll see why there's no bunks in a second. I'm sure most of you already know why. But that's an interesting little visual glitch. You see the lockers coming in and out there. But you got bunks instead of dedicated rooms now. You have facilities on both sides. There's a bathroom. There's a bathroom. Your kitchen area is on this side instead of this side. This is where the sitting and recreation was. But you're not going to be recreating on this ship. This is not a recreational ship at all. So this is where the rooms were. This is the elevator that goes down to the cargo, which is awesome. It does not go to the ground, though. You can see here when you get in, your options are this deck and the next deck down. Engineering deck and cargo deck. So we're going to tap engineering deck so the door opens. I'm going to show you guys the engineering room real quick. It looks to me to be the same as in the Max. So this is a copy paste, which is fine. Now the moment a lot of you might have been waiting for, the hangar. So the entrance to the hangar is all the way back here. I wish there was one at the front, but you know, it is what it is, right? And here's the hangar. So it's not very big, as we all expected. It fits a Fury, maybe two. I like these grab and pull things to open the hangar. But you can see the door is not overly big. There is a little bit of a lip. I've seen some people online say you can fit a Merlin in very carefully. That's probably the biggest ship. Not a Merlin. What was it? It wasn't a Merlin. It was something else with a quantum drive. I can't remember what they said. But apparently the smallest ship with a quantum drive can fit in here very, very snugly. My thing is why do you want a quantum drive? Why do you want to leave the ship? Well, and I guess that's the silver mentality. Why do I want to leave the ship unattended to be found and destroyed or hijacked? So that was the hangar. Ooh, pretty cool stuff here. I freaking love this ship. And I didn't at first. When they announced these things, I was like, man, that's ugly. I'm never going to use that. And the idea of it grew on me more and more. And that's when I got the Max, and then I decided to go ahead and upgrade that to the TAC, knowing I'd have a Max while the TAC is waiting to come out. And here we are, day 2 of 4.1.1. the TAC has been in our hands for about 24 hours at this point. So, a little over. So these are your escape pods, just like in the Max. And here is the bridge, just like in the Max. So these are your remote turrets. I wish it would label them top and bottom. That'd be so great, but it doesn't. Some components, fire extinguisher, and of course the pilot seat. I have not even sat in the pilot seat yet, so it's the first time I'm sitting in the pilot seat in the Starlancer TAC. All right, let's. Yeah, how can this help me today? All right, let's go into third person, and we're gonna take a look around. So what's interesting, the way it feels when you're in this ship, and the same thing was with the Max, was the engineering, it feels like is behind that turret back there, but it's not. That whole thing back there is basically an engine and the cargo area. And engineering. Well, I guess, yeah, engineering. Well, it feels like, I'm sorry. No, engineering is right below those flaps. So the top deck isn't as long. I guess that makes a little sense when you look there and it kind of bubbles up. You can see the hangar door there in the middle in front of those little wing flaps. This is kind of a gray with the red lights. That's kind of a cool look. I probably won't skin this unless they come out with a paint that looks really, really good. I don't really like the Starlancer paints that they have currently. I like the blacked out look on the front glass there and the blacked out look on all the glasses. That's a window there. Where's the other window? There was another window. I think it was in the lower deck. There it is. There's the other window. Yeah, this thing is a beast. So 2 size 3 shields, as opposed to the 1 on the Max. That's going to be really good for combat. I think this is a great all-arounder. It's going to be my daily driver because I can do anything. I can do bunker missions. I can do bounties if I want to. The 4 size 4s is plenty of firepower. Back in the day, before they upped all the ship weapon sizes, we used to do those same bounties with 4 size 4s in the Connie. So, pretty excited about taking this thing out. And on top of that, you can have the vehicle in the back and still have your cargo space. That's probably one of my favorite parts about this. I don't have to have a nurse in it. I can have any other vehicle that I want, and I don't have to sacrifice my cargo grid to have that vehicle. So if I'm out doing bunkers and I decide, hey, I want to go shoot some ships and look through their loot, not a problem. Just pull off the moon or planet that I'm on for the bunker and go grab a bounty and go annihilate it. So this is the Starlancer TAC. I am really excited for the ship and really excited to take it for a spin this weekend. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments how you feel about this ship. Again, this is being recorded on Wednesday, so this video is coming out Friday morning, as all my videos do. So you might have seen some other videos on the TAC, so I'm definitely interested in your opinions. You've probably heard a couple of different opinions by now that have helped to form yours, so let me know how you feel about this thing and if you're going to be picking it up, or if you're going to wait for it to be in game, or if you're going to get the Idris instead, because, spoiler alert, the Idris is coming. It's actually here by the time you're seeing this video because it comes out tomorrow in just a few hours. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I do not have an Idris. I don't really have a desire to. That's a little bit too big of a ship for me. I'll stick with the Polaris. That's probably the biggest ship that I really want to pilot and own. So anyway, drop your thoughts down there. If you like content like this, I'm going to do some more ship stuff here in the coming weeks, unless some big news comes out or something real interesting comes out that we need to talk about. Because because my fleet is looking like it's getting pretty shaped up and formed. I'm playing around with a couple things, but for the most part, I've pretty much decided on what the fleet's going to look like. So hit subscribe if you want to see those videos coming out in the coming weeks. And don't forget to drop a comment below. Tell me what you think about the ship. Tell me if you're going to be picking up the Idris or if you already have the Idris. And I will see you guys in the verse.